Okay, so I'm uncomfortable and sad. I don't like this. I'm doing things I don't want to do. Here is a message left for me.
Put your ass against the tree and whip your back like nigger, back in nigger time. Come on, dude, stop being a dick.
End of message. To erase this message.
So come on, dude, stop being a dick was the real part of this because I'm being a dick by avoiding him until he denounces racism. And so I should justify that position. What are you going to do about racism? There's not much. Semantics is part of the answer. Education, experience, trying to get people mixed up together and enjoying themselves. But you can't do much. I mean, racism is a belief by people. It's something that grows as an ideology. It's not something that you can physically manipulate. But your friends, if they're going wrong, you can manipulate them. You can say, don't do this if somebody is going out on a date with a raper, right? If you found out that somebody was believed that climate change was best addressed by keeping your AC on full all the time, that kind of mistake, a mental error, is important to fix. It's not okay to be wrong on some things. Now, I long thought that one of those things was the existence of God. Now, I'm a little bit more relaxed about that. I think that God's non existence is the first lesson that humankind actually learned. But we haven't learned it together, all of us, and so that piece of knowledge is shared among willful atheists who are a minority. But what's the second lesson? The second lesson is that we can be unbelievably cruel, that we are not worth hating, but that racism was a hatred that significantly damages and damaged lives. That's the second lesson for humanity. And if you have a friend who hasn't learned that lesson, trying to enforce that on them is not a violation of not being a dick. You're not being a dick to say, look, I think you're a Nazi because you seem like you are, and you haven't apologized for it, and you don't change. So I'm putting you on timeout. You are getting the cold shoulder until you figure it out. And I've made it clear to this guy, but he just abuses the N-word at me because he thinks that it affects me emotionally enough to spark my interest in talking to him. And that's not what the N-word means to me. I'm not just fascinated by this word. I believe that it is a tool that we can remove some racism that exists on this globe with. It is a tool. I don't like friends that are tools of the opposite of my well-honed tool. I hope this is making sense, and I don't want to drop his docs, but that is what he said. I save all his messages because we used to be friends. And he always leaves something new and funny. He's not worthless, but he's not on the right side right now. And he has to be before I'm willing to give him any more attention, period. And so if he has found this website and he is watching this video, man, send me an apology video where I get to see your face. Because you've been screwing the fuck up, man. You are backwards.